नारायणसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So with the blessings of Lord Krishna, we shall complete the 8th chapter today, Akshara Brahma Yoga, starting with the revision and we'll end with the last shloka. So I will share the screen, and those of you who have, respective shlokas, you can chant and share your understanding, and others can pitch in with their own understanding. Welcome, Sumati. Missed you for the longest time.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy to be back after a long time.
Yes, absolutely. Where is Amma? Okay. Am I in the wrong shloka?
Amma is joining.
Okay.
No, it's right. This is the right shloka.
Okay, Sneha, carry on. Yes.
Okay. So this is chapter 8, verse 5. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati sa madbhavam yati nyastyatra samshayah. Yeah. So the meaning is, those who relinquish the body while remembering me at the moment of death will come to me. There is certainly no doubt about this. So I've written down my understanding and my thoughts about this shloka.
Sure.
with some background. Okay. And so I'll just read it out.
Yes.
So during every stage of life, individuals are always under the impression that he or she is better off or wiser in the next stage rather than the current. But when the next stage comes, he or she feels the previous was easier. Also, what we currently do determines what life would give us back in the future. That is, good work is determined by good thoughts, which results in good actions, and hence good future. However, the limitation with most human beings is the preparation, is that he prepares only for the immediate upcoming stage of life. So the final stage or moment of death is hardly thought about. Krishna in this verse says that the thought in the individual's mind at the moment of death determines the soul's destiny in the ladder of evolution in terms of nearness to the eternal. So if the thought is about something material, then he'll get such a person or that soul will is destined to get into a lower rung in the ladder of evolution. However, if that final thought is about the thought about the self, then the soul is destined to unite with God. On the other hand, so otherwise the soul gets embodied again, depending on exactly what the vasanas that are attached to that soul. So this only says that although the verse says it's only the thought at the final moment that matters, but we really have to prepare for that, for acquiring that mindset, even in that last final moment, which would be probably the physically most difficult moment. right? So in order to be doing that, the preparation during life should be about thinking about God always, and basically indulge in karma yoga. So whatever action is being done has to be completely attributed to God, to completely surrender to God. So in my opinion, this is what will help us achieve that final goal in our life.
Yes. Yuddha kale shastrabhyasa will not help. Yes.
Certainly.
That's what God is saying here. Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
A small story to go with this.
Yes.
Huh?
Please. Yes.
Sure.
Once Shiva and Parvati will be going on a jolly ride in the sky, and they will observe a very frail and old man struggling to walk. And so he's saying for every step, Ambe, Ambika, Shiva, Shivaya Namaha. He is stepping and going like that. So Parvati says, let's help him. Shiva says, no, 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 let's not help him. He is suffering through all his past karmas. Let him complete it. But Parvati says, look at him at every step. He's calling out our names. Let's help him. But Shiva still says, in his last karma, he didn't help anybody, though he had lots of resources. So he has become blind and crippled and everything. Let him go through it. As they're going round and seeing him, there is a pit which comes in front of that blind man. Parvati says, look, 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 he's going to fall into the pit. Let's help him. Then, but Shiva says, he's calling out, Ambika, Ambike, Ambike, you help him now. Then Shiva says, without your support, how can I help him? So he says, let us see, as he is falling, let us catch him. As he is falling, whose name he calls out? That person, either you or me, who as he is falling into the pit, let's catch him. Then, but as that man is falling into the pit, the word which comes out is Ayyo. So as you say, without preparation, the last name of the God will not come out unless you have been doing it all the time. Been in the tattva all the time. That is it. Thank you.
Very nice. I love the story. Ma'am. The other thing is, I'm not just during the time of death, even during the times of very grave difficulty, like the way this man was falling into the pit. The tendency of a normal person is to just blame. Sometimes he will even he will call out God's name in a very derogatory way. Types. And he will not, again, with that bhava of surrendering to God. A normal person will not call out for God, even in the gravest difficulties. Yes. I remember an incident that happened a few years ago when I was I was feeling very troubled, actually. So when I spoke to my sister Sumati, who's also here in this meeting, she said, the way Draupadi called out to Krishna in her gravest of difficulties that day during the Vastrapaharana, did you call out? Did you even seek him? That's when it struck me. Yes, I didn't. In normal times, I'll probably think about God, but during that time, I felt it was all under my control. I mean, in the sense that, I really didn't surrender to God in that moment.
Correct. Oh my God, that's a deep one. It's very difficult to get that that kind of point. I want to share here, because you brought this up, Sneha, that how difficult it is to. Did you think of God with that intensity throughout our life? Yes, we are doing that to whatever extent. But that intensity which you spoke about, which Sumati told you about, are we doing that is the question. So just now I was reading a poem by Rabindranath Tagore. He had written 6,000 poems in his life. He had won the Nobel Prize also. Most beautiful, most lyrical. We all know how Rabindranath Tagore's poems were, no? Full of bhava and bhakti and devotion and everything. But You know what his one of his poems was? When his closest friend asked him, "You're so lucky. You have been talking and singing about God throughout your life. So I'm sure you will go to heaven. What about me? I haven't prepared myself at all. I'm a sinner, and all." He will go on saying. But Rabindranath Tagore said, "I have not yet sung the song that I want to sing. All this while I was just tuning my instruments. I was just stringing my sitar. I was just tuning it. All the 6,000 odd songs that I've done is just a preparation. That ultimate song I have not yet sung," he said. And this poem, it's called the Song Unsung. And it reads like this: "The song that I came to sing remains unsung to this day. I have spent my days in stringing and unstringing my instrument. The time has not come true. The words have not been rightly set. Only there is the agony of wishing in my heart. I have not seen his face, nor have I listened to his voice. Only I have heard his gentle footsteps from the road before my house. The livelong day has passed in spreading his seat on the floor. But the lamp has not been lit, and I cannot ask him into my house. I live in the hope of meeting with him, but this meeting is not yet." That's his poem. Just imagine. Such a great
Very nice.
bhakta.
Wow.
He has still that feeling of longing has
Yes. My God.
gone
Yes.
from him. What to speak about us, really?
Also, again, the general thinking is, death will come at the ripe old age, on the bed, when we are bedridden and things. But the truth is, it can come anytime. It can come any moment. It can come the next moment. We are hardly prepared. I mean, at least speaking from my own perspective, I'm hardly prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
yes, Sumati, carry on.
Purnimaji, I just want to share something I heard recently. It was a yajna by Swami Swarupanandaji. He was here in San Diego, and we listened to his Shiva Panchakshara Stotram yajna. And there he speaks beautifully about death. Death is not the one at the deathbed. Death is the one from one moment to another. So Lord Shiva is a Lord of death. So he destroys one state for the other. For example, childhood has to be destroyed in order to go to youth, and that youth has to be destroyed to go on to the next stage. So if we take it moment by moment, when I analyze myself, I see I'm so attached. So, like, for example, my parents are here right now. I'm so attached to that. So, but it's going to change. And so when I surrender and accept as is, okay, this change is for my good. When I have that mindset, it's possible to just go, take it as it comes. So here, of course, this sloka is about relinquishing the body. But to prepare for that, we have to surrender in situation to situation, whether good or bad.
Yeah. Die every moment. Yeah, yes. Very beautiful. Thank you. Right. Anyone else? We'll go to the next one. It's a continuation anyway. Kamala is not here. So, Sumati, you want to chant this?
Sure. Okay. Okay. Yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyanti
kalevaram.
Sorry, I'm not able to read carefully. I don't have my book with me.
Never mind. Yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajantyante kalevaram tam evaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Whatever one remembers upon giving up the body at the time of death, O son of Kunti, one attains at that state. being always absorbed in such contemplation. It is nothing but a extension of the previous shloka. So basically, an ounce of practice is worth tons of tall talk. That's a saying, right? So let us do that little ounce of practice whenever we can. And then the whole of life will be filled with the name of God. The best way of, the best and easiest, what does Krishna say about remembering him throughout? Japa yajna. No? In the Vibhuti Yoga, which will come, he says, among all the practices, the Japa, I am the Japa Yajna. Among all the Yajnas, Japa Yajna, I am the most Shrestha. It's easiest, isn't it? Isn't that our experience in our life? Any tune we hear on the radio, for example, it doesn't leave you at all. It just goes on and on like a worm. It's in your head. So if we make the japa that worm in the head, we are done actually. Even at some point of time we might pay attention to it, or really think of God in the way that we should think. But if that tune is going on in the background, it's the best thing ever, I think. So whoever has got the mantra diksha from the guru, totally blessed. Let's not let go of it, and let's keep at that japa yajna for the longest time. It's not something that one should not give up at any point of time. Okay. Anyone else wants to pitch in with this shloka? Okay. And also, we have the habit in our Sanatana Dharma, when somebody passes away, we play these Vishnu Sahasranama shloka, and all these shlokas are there, which are, it says that, in the forthcoming shlokas, it is said, all the angels will come to receive you when you are leaving. So this is a way of facilitating, welcoming the angels, the devatas, to take away the one who has passed. So many practices are there which are so full of meaning. So it's good to understand them and follow them, rather than, it's good to follow them anyway, but it's beautiful to understand them. Yes, Neha.
Purnima, sorry to be interrupting. So I was thinking yesterday when I was trying to contemplate on this, the verse that was assigned to me. So we chant the Vishnu Sahasranama, right? During the time of paying last respects to the deceased. So I want to know. So there are stages by which the soul gets out of the body, right? I'm sorry, you had there was discussion about this long ago, I think, when we started with chapter 2. Can you throw light on it again? What are the stages?
Stages is immediately, of course, the body goes cold. The body dies first. And all there are the pancha pranas. We have the pancha pranas.
Yes, correct.
So each prana has got a function. This prana is the mukhya prana, of course, where what we breathe, that's the mukhya prana. Only when the mukhya prana enters, will all the other pancha pranas will start activated in the body. So the one is samana. Say udana, samana, vyana, and all that. Vyana is in charge of entire circulation of the blood. And samana is in charge of digestion. Apana is in charge of excretion. All the elimination processes of the body is taken care of apana vayu. And udana vayu is the one which finally goes, which takes the prana along. So when the heart stops breathing, all these pranas will start shutting down one by one. And the mind is also activated. The udana vayu takes care of the activities of the upper portion of the neck. All the nervous system and the mind and everything is taken care by udana vayu. So just because the heart has stopped breathing or the brain has stopped functioning, The mind, the subtle body, the Sukshma Sharira
Exactly.
will still be active for some time.
Yes.
So, okay, that will be because the mind will not register that I'm not in the body anymore. Like how in the dream, I don't know that I'm not in my body, Alva. I have my another body is going on. Something is happening. I have no clue that my body is lying there on the bed. Similarly, it is said that the person who passes away will not know for the longest time, depending on his evolution, I think, that he is not dead yet. The mind will still be hovering and wondering what all is happening around him or her. And he'll be wondering why are all these people crying? Probably, I don't know. So all these things are happening. And finally, of course, the Udana Vayu, it takes the final, he collects all the Panchapranas. The Udana Vayu's job is to collect all the Panchapranas, meaning all the activities of the physical body. It will take and it will carry the Sukshma Sharira the next realm. That is the Sukshma Sharira will go with the Udana Vayu. It is a carrier.
Okay. So actually, also, I remember reading an article by Sadhguru. Maybe I also listened to a video regarding death, actually. So he says that, the kith and kin that's around the dead, before the body is being. So he says the thought that is put into right, that gets multiplied 1,000-fold.
The thought that is put in that is
into
by
the
by
by the kith and kin.
Correct.
That gets multiplied several thousand-fold. So it is important to that's why it is important to chant God's name.
Yes. Only the best things are said about the person who has gone, in the homage we give, we will not recall the bad things that the person had done throughout the life. Just the best qualities of the person are recalled, so that the jiva leaves with a beautiful heart or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and more so, chant God's name, right? Vishnu Sahasranamam is chanted. So that it's just the smarane of God is there.
Yes, smarane of God is most important for anything to drive away bhaya, fear. Fear is the most worst thing, no, for the person. The moment the mind realizes that the body is no longer there, I have no anchor. Fear might grip. How we most of us would have had that experience of waking up from a nightmare, feeling suffocated, and I'm falling from a cliff. Something is happening. That feeling of extreme suffocation, I cannot cry out, but I believe that's the worst situation ever, because the mind has got all the sensations, but there is now no way to express it. The body is not there. So it must be a most terrible, horrible situation. So fear is definitely not one of the things I would want when I die. I want to feel safe, cared for. God is with me. So it's very, very, very important. Even if you, for anyone, it's very important.
Right.
That's why the last thoughts, or this takes you to that loka, whatever state the mind is in at the time of death. Plus, of course, it's a combination of the karma, the prarabdha, the sanchita. So many things are there. The whole entire combination, plus the last thoughts. All this will play a huge role in taking whatever loka we are supposed to go. And we had that in the previous class. We did know you will go to this moon, light, fire, so many things there. I don't think we try to memorize all that, but there's a path, obviously. It's a that routine has been practiced very well by the angels.
One more thing.
Yes.
On human part, Dharmodaka is done on the 10th day.
10th day.
10th day of anybody passing away. The significance of that day, it seems, we give our dharma. Dharma tarpana kodtare. So we give our dharma to support that person on his journey. So everybody's dharma is given little bit of
little bit of dharma.
give
Yes,
our
haudu.
for the service.
See, the end, all the processes that we have done through so far, that Shraddha process, that 13 days or whatever, that last few days, everything is about facilitating the journey of the departed soul. Everything. And if you remember, Dana ella kodistare, chape, chapli, chatri, vagaira, so many things which the ancients thought was important for a, when you set out on a journey, we pack our suitcase. Athara, something like that, related to that, facilitate the soul on the journey. They give all the material that's needed for travel. ಅದನ್ನ ದಾನ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಪುರೋಹಿತರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ವೈತರಣಿ ನದಿ ಅದೆಂತದೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಹಸು ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ difficult passage. That Vaitarini Nadi to cross is a very difficult passage. So a cow is given as dana, so that that cow, that punya phala will take, will take that person across the Vaitarini Nadi. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನೋ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ significances are there, which it's I don't know. It's good that we understand the whole spirit of it and then do it, rather than do it blindly and curse the pandits. Oh, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ರು ಸಾಲದು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ. Do it with a good sense. Yeah, Sumati.
Purnimaji, so on that, in the Gita, in chapter 18, Yajna Dana Tapa Karma Natyajyam Karyam Eva Tat ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಭಗವಾನ್. ಸೊ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವ್ ಅದನ್ನ ದಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್, ಸರಿಯಾದ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ, both like extreme feelings. One is oh, I'm doing a lot, adu kadme agutte, and on the other hand, am I doing enough? Maybe I'm not doing enough. That also adu kadme agutte ansutte. Yakandre we have to do our part in that yajna spirit alla. Yeah, yajna spirit
ಇರೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡು, 5,000 ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡು, ಬಟ್ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನಫ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ
ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ,
ರೈಟ್?
Yeah, and the if we are doing only because hey expectation ide, without understanding that deeper sense, then we'll have more trouble, because when we are in a community, that fear of am I doing enough will always be there, alva?
Fear of reprisal is also there.
Yes.
And the curse of the Pitros, all that will come to our heads. Yeah. ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಎಸ್,
ಹಲೋ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾಜಿ,
ಹೇಳಿ.
ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು others also facilitate bodies, a soul's travel.
Yes.
In that connection, I would like to add that in Tamil shlokas, this Nalayaram Divya Prabandham, this Desika Prabandham and this Ramanuja Nuttandadi, last few shlokas is pray to God to take the soul. 13th day ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆವತ್ತು ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸನ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ಲೇಸ್ ಈ ಸೋಲ್ ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ 13th day ಮಾಡೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶ to chant all these shlokas so that it helps the soul to reach the feet of God ಅಂತ.
Correct.
ಅದೊಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನಾನು ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ 6th ಶ್ಲೋಕ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇದು ನೋಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ read it out. As you think, so you become. Is obvious to every intelligent man, even without an explanation from any philosopher. Thoughts guide all actions, and at any given moment, the run of thoughts in an individual is governed and ordered by the channel of thinking, which he himself has flowed in his bosom with his conscious and willful thoughts and actions in the past. Normally, therefore, a mental equipment that has been struggling during its existence He is an embodiment to detach from all its identifications with that embodiment and to fix itself in the contemplation of the real and the eternal, be creating new channels of divine aspirations. The time of death, when the occupant of the body has packed up to quit, is not the moment to decide or to plan the travel. At such a moment, instinctively, its thoughts would run through its habitual channels, and the flight of thoughts at the moment would determine the direction of the ego's pilgrimage.
Hmm.
That means whatever thoughts that comes from the beginning
Yes.
in our intellect, that
Hmm.
will help to chant God's name or
Yep.
remember God at the time of death.
Correct.
Is it not? Yeah.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಂತ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಕತೆ ಬೀಳೋವಾಗ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಎಂದರೆ ನರಕ, ಎಲ್ಲವೋ
So,
ನರಕ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾ, ಹೇಳಿ.
ನಾವು ಏನು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೈಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆತ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ಹೌದು.
ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ,
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಅನಾಯಾಸೇನ
ಮರಣಂ
ಮರಣಂ ವಿನಾ ದೈನ್ಯೇನ ಜೀವನಂ ದೇಹಾಂತ್ಯೆ ತವ ಸನ್ನಿಧೌ
ನಿತ್ಯಂ. ಎಸ್.
ಯಾ
ದೇಹಿ ಮೇ ಜನಾರ್ದನ.
ಮೇ ಜನಾರ್ದನ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಅದು
ದೇಹಾಂತ್ಯೆ ತವ ಸಾನ್ನಿಧ್ಯಂ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು.
Yeah.
ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ದಿಸ್. ತೈತ್ತರಿಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಚಕೋಶ ಅದು ಇದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿವೇಕ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ at every point of time ನಮ್ಮ whatever the panchakoshas, we know what they are. ಅನ್ನಮಯ ಕೋಶ, ಪ್ರಾಣಮಯ ಕೋಶ, ಮನೋಮಯ ಕೋಶ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಮಯ ಕೋಶ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನಂದಮಯ ಕೋಶ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ನಮಯ ಕೋಶ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ದೇಹ. ಅದೇನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗಾಡ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಗಾಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೈನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ಮಯ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ, ವಿಕಾರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ. It is as it is. If I treat the body as a gift from God, it is fine. But if I make it mine and start doing things about it, it's a problem. ಅದೇ ತರ in the ಮನಸ್ ಕೋಶ, in the ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಥ ಮನಸ್ಸು ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾವ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ತೈತ್ತಿರಿಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಋಷಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವೇದಗಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಧರ್ಮ ಅಧರ್ಮದ್ದು ವಿವೇಕ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಬರೀ ಅದೇ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕಂತೆ ಮನೋಮಯ ಕೋಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮನಸ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅದರ್ ಜಂಕ್. Most of it is junk rather than whatever the Vedas have told us to fill. So in that Manomaya Kosha, that Bhashya, it comes beautifully. The Manas has to be Yajurveda is your head, Samaveda is your limbs, this Rigveda is your limbs. Idu adu ankondu bari the whole Nakashika Grat, it has to be filled with the knowledge of the Vedas. The knowledge of the Vedas means what? How to lead life, how to do upasana throughout your life, and how to realize oneness with God. ಇದೊಂದೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, and how to lead life ಅಲ್ಲಿ all the pancha yagnas will come. Pitru yagna, ಋಷಿ ಯಜ್ಞ and ಭೂತ ಯಜ್ಞ, all the yagnas will come throughout the life. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕಬಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಚರ್ಯ ಟು ಸನ್ಯಾಸ, ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is why the training in the Gurukula was given for a young child of 8, so that all these right inputs are given at the right time, and the life is going on in that manner. So many things, extremely scientific religion, Sanatana Dharma. Everything is mapped out, planned out. Only thing is we have to revive it again. And glad that we are at least doing something about it right now. Okay, idyar ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 8.7 ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಸರ್ವೇಷು ಕಾಲೇಷು.
ನಾನು
ಹೇಳಿ. Yeah, please.
Yeah, one of my favorite topics.
Yes. Yes, looking forward to it.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha mayyarpita mano buddhir mameva ishyasi mamevaishyasi samshayam mamevaishyasya samshayam. Yeah.
eva eshyasi asanshayam.
Samshayam, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. So as the explanation here says, therefore always remember me and also do your duty of fighting the war. With mind and intellect surrendered to me, you will definitely attain me. Of this, there is no doubt. I think previous shlokas ellanu as a continuation.
Yes.
Mind and intellect, Prabhuji, the way he dismantled the concept of mind and intellect, I can still not forget that.
Yeah.
I can never forget that. So I think mind and intellect and the Takshna, emotions and you have what was the other word? Emotions and
Heart or ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
emotions and intelligence. So the moment I am associating an emotion to something that I am doing, or even I am contemplating or I am calculating ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, all this karma phala, if I'm getting into the intellectual contemplation of that or an emotional contemplation of that, I'm stuck. The moment I bring my mind or intellect into any aspect of my life, I'm stuck. So
Right.
ಸೊ ನಾನು ಏನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅದ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್, ಲವ್, ಜಾಯ್, ಸಾರೋ, ಆಂಗರ್, ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಗಸ್ಟ್, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು emotion also, if it gets along, I am creating a new bondage with the materialistic world. Again, if I get into an intellectual thought process, thinking ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೆ, ಇದು ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ the doership or non-doership, all those contemplations again is getting me entangled with the same materialistic design that is there around us. So again, I was listening to every story that the others were sharing. I was so happy to listen to them. I think I had shared earlier also your Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Apparently he used to chant the Hare Krishna mantra some 1 lakh times, something like that, 10, some number I forgot actually, but it was a massive number per day. So when one of his students asked, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಲಿ ಹೇಳ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಏನಿದೆ per day ಅಂತ, and for which he replied, ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ at least ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಹೆಸರು ನಪ್ಕ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So it has to become muscle memory for me, only if I tell it that many times ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ I think when one of them shared the story, right, ಇದು ಆ ಪಿಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬೀಳುವಾಗ
ಅಯ್ಯೋ
ಅಲ್ವಾ ಹೇಳಿದ
ಜಯಶ್ರೀ
ಜಯಶ್ರೀ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಯಾ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್, ದ
muscle memory, that's the muscle memory.
muscle memory of expressing pain.
ಹೌದು.
Can the muscle memory be to call out God's name? So yeah, I think we are all moving towards that direction. So yeah, so mind
Compass has to come back,
ಆಚೆ ಬರ್ಲೇಬೇಕು.
otherwise yes.
I mean, ನನಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ನನ್ ಗುರುಗಳೊಬ್ರು, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಗುರುಗಳೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, it was very difficult to hear that. I think I was in my first PUC when he told me that sentence. He said, ಮನೇಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹುಟ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಸಾವಾದ್ರೂ ನಿನ್ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ನೀನ್ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಜಾನಾತಿ ಇತಿ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಅಂತದು I forgot that shloka. Janmana jayate Shudraha samskarad bhavet dvijaha Veda pathyat bhavet vipro Brahman janati iti brahmana. So I mean, the eternal essence of being a brahmana is to take everything without any emotional or intellectual processing.
Correct.
Everything is the Brahman and idrali. Yeah. So
correct, beautifully said. Correct.
If I have a baby being born, or if somebody is dying in the house, I'm still in the same state of mind. Another, I think it's an incredible state of mind to be in. Yeah.
Incredible state of mind. Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that one should be insensitive.
Insensitive. Absolutely. Yeah.
Actually, ಆ ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ಮಹಾಭೋಗಿ ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೌದು ಅಲ್ವೋ? A yogi is a mahabhogi. He enjoys, he experiences everything
Correct.
much more extent anta.
But without attachment.
But without that, sthita pragna. In the background, he is sthita.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But on the surface, he does everything to the extreme. Kushinu jasti. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Papa, he was the greatest yogi. But nephew sattaga ellargin jorag avare ante attiddu. Oh anta. Oh,
Yeah.
people ask him, what is wrong with you? Why are you howling so badly? You should know of all people that Atma is eternal, blah, blah, blah. He said, no, but I miss the person, that physical presence I miss anbutu alu. So, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಸರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಲಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, we need to look at the life of enlightened masters.
Yes.
We need to look at the life of Krishna. How he enjoyed, how he was enjoying everything, how he was involved in everything, how he was doing everything. Alva. To maximum, because there was no holding back. It was a spontaneous expression of life was unfolding through him. Ashte.
Yeah, true.
So life means full Navarasa. Avane Navarasa Nayakane avanu. Nayaka. How can you deny all the rasas?
Correct.
You cannot.
Absolutely.
So,
detachment and attachment. Yeah.
Physical expression of joy, sorrow, ella nadita irate. But inside, let us be established in the pragna ashte. Because ilante bale kashta abidutte. Amele namge day to day life.
Actually, birth of a child is a celebration in a family, to tell you the truth.
It is.
Not go. It is. But let's not go overboard there. That's all.
Let us not get attached. Nanna magu, namma mane, nanna vamshad kund, whatever, adella madkond baadbardu. It is something to rejoice. You know why? Because an adhikari sharira is being born. Only a human sharira is an adhikari sharira. Alva? For Brahma Jnana tagolake. Bere yavdo sharira, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹುಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ, ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಶರೀರ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಖಂಡಿತ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ಬೇಕು. There's potential for liberation. It is there. It has come. Some soul has come, and if it has come to your family, it is your duty to see to it that the ecosystem is there for the adhikari sharira to prosper. ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.
True. That's true. Yeah.
All right. ಇದು ಯಾರಪ್ಪ 8.14? I think we are all here ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇವತ್ತು?
Yeah, I have that.
Yes.
1.4.
Pragati. Hey, I'm sorry, Pragati, do you understand Kannada?
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry. I'm happy. I learned a little.
All right.
Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smarati nityasaha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaha. So, I mean, this is all the entire chapter, like you all have been talking till now, it's about the same. So this particular shloka says, whoever with wholeheartedly and with full concentration thinks about Krishna, for them, the path, yoga path, everything would be very sulabha, easy. So similarly, there is like one more very exact similar sloka. It comes in chapter 9:22, but it's used at the end of Vishnu Sahasranamam also, and it is called Ananyas Chintayantomam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. So whoever thinks of me, whoever has complete focus, concentrated faith on me, I make their life very easy. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So I will take care of them. I will take care of all their burdens and shoulder their responsibilities. So I think the bottom line is every minute, every second, possible second, think of God. So what you said, the japa yajnam, So his name, easiest thing is pick one name that you are familiar with or you like, and it's easy to remember, and keep on thinking of that one name. Sometimes when you are in a great difficulty or like a hardship, or suddenly you fall down, you cannot remember the whole shloka or anything to praise him. So one word, so that is why we have like Nama Shivaya or Narayana or simple
Hare
things
Krishna.
to
Hare Krishna.
Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So one word, easy thing to remember.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, like, remembering the God, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, all the time. So, for which it also implies that you want to see God in everything. When you visualize God in everything, everybody, everywhere,
Yes.
so that is when you would ultimately reach that stage of, thinking of God all the time.
Otherwise, it's not. In the immanent, you have to see God. In the world, with eyes open, you have to see God. Whatever is in front of you, even garbage, you should be able
Right.
to.
Everything. Yeah.
That is the
So,
practice. That is the practice of our
yeah.
life.
Yeah. So that's all I had to say on this.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pragati. So in Kannada, there is a Purandara Dasa has sung a song, Sulabhano Hari Sulabhano. It's very easy to attain Hari, I believe. That's what he sings. When we understand the entire tattva, definitely it is Sulabha only. All you can see is only Hari. You can't see anyone else. Yeah.
In the Vishnu Sahasranama, when they say, when Parvati asks Lord Shiva, which is the Ananyas Chintayanto, I mean, sorry, not that, which is the easiest one to say, he says, Shri Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame, Manorame. So just that word Rama is more, yeah.
Potent. It's a potent.
Potent than Rama, the form Rama himself.
Form itself, correct. That is that, who was, somebody was telling me this story. Tulsi Das. He was a Hanuman Bhakta. Alva. So he wrote the Hanuman Chalisa. But whatever he started writing and he couldn't carry on. He started writing, but he couldn't carry on. And then he prays to Hanuman and he says, why am I not able to progress with this bhajan that I want to write? So Hanuman says, unless you remember Rama, how can you remember Hanuman? Something like that. So the first verse of the Hanuman Chalisa is about, he's a Rama Bhakta. Adan heli, amel Hanumantan gunagana madodu. So that is how it is. Hanumantan ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾರೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ರಾಮನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾರೆ ಹನುಮಂತನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. They are one and the same. So like that. Okay. 8.15, please. Let me see who has chosen that.
Shaila.
Shaila madam. Yes, please. Yeah.
8.15. Mamu petya punarjanma dukhalayama shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gataha. Like having attained me, the great souls are no more subject to rebirth in this world, which is transient and full of misery, but because they have attained the highest perfection. So what happens? One attains God. One God realized, once the God is realized, the soul is liberated from the cycle of life and death. It reaches the divine abode of God and remains there forever. It does not take birth in the material world again and suffer its miseries. Life in the material world from birth till death is full of suffering. Like when from the mother's womb, the jiva starts suffering. It is upside down in 9 months. Then after the birth,
Upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. After the birth also, like growing, learning, speaking, everything, it is always suffering. Like it should face the challenges each and every time till end.
Right.
So one who has attained the God's like self-realization, there is no birth, rebirth and birth.
Yes.
That this shloka says.
Yes.
And
Yes, Shaila.
so
So,
this continues. So this is all the challenges. Why these challenges come is to put the soul into the God realization. So all these challenges are faced through all his life.
right. So scientists say that birth is painful and so is death, because the mind is active, like we discussed before, and the body has become stiff. You want to move your limbs, but you can't. You want to do so many things, but you can't. So birth also is painful, like Shaila said, being in a small space for the longest time, and then suddenly being thrown out. That's also painful. Fortunately, the child will not have the memory of it. And fortunately, that memory of death is also not there for us. Otherwise, life would be hell. We had memory of all the even past life. None of the God is so kind and compassionate. He has taken away the worst memories that one can have, and just enough for us to live life and take His name. That much memory He has given. So yes, transient and full of misery from birth to death. Life is all about misery. It's one way of looking at it.
I really liked what you said. God is being so compassionate with us for not giving us that memory, the worst possible experiences, those memories. It's so true and yet so funny. It sounds very funny though. Because with little, much lesser painful thoughts, we always live those pasts.
We have made our life a mess anyway with all those thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. Let me actually just speak for myself. Yes, that's what I'm battling most of the time.
Memory comes to haunt all
Yeah.
the wrong ones.
Yes.
The good ones come with a tinge of regret. Oh, I had such a lovely time. Those days are gone.
That's
also. My God, we have really messed up the way we think. Right? Totally. 8.16, I think Suma, no?
Yeah. So let me chant. Abrahma bhuvana lokaha punarvartinorjuna mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Yeah. In all the worlds of this material creation, up to the highest abode of Brahma, you will be subject to rebirth, O Arjuna. But on attaining my abode, O son of Kunti, there is no further rebirth.
Yes.
So this is like, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, like that. So all the creatures who was born on this earth, and according to the Vedic scriptures, there are like total like 14 worlds, like 7 above the earth and 7 below the earth. So the higher above the earth, like Bhu, Bhuva, Sva, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya, they're all like Svargaloka. And then like where all the celestial like gods, like Agni, Vayu, like all the celestial gods, they reside. And then the one lower than earth, Tal, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Rastal, Patal. So this is the lower abode. So no matter like which, you're in which plane, like everyone, they're subject to death and birth. Even the Lord Indra also, like he has to go through the cycle of birth and death. But I think the lifespan at each realm is much higher than the
Timeline
previous
is
one.
different.
The timeline is different. Yeah. So that's the basic thing. But this very good story about that Lord Indra constructing the palace, like he will ask Vishwakarma to build a big palace for him. And then like he will keep on adding like more and more additions, like changes, and Vishwakarma gets tired and he prays to God. And then Narayan, he comes and he's like, he asks Indra, like, how many Vishwakarmas have you hired to do this, to build this palace? And Indra will be very surprised. He thinks like he's the only one. And then God tells, this is not the only universe. There are like multiple universe, and there are multiple Indras and multiple Vishwakarmas. And that's one of the story. So yeah, everyone who is born like on all these films, we have to go through the birth and death cycle. Yeah.
We have all come from the recycle bin. We have
Yes.
been thrown out into the cosmos, into the cosmos.
There is no escape actually.
Yeah. Just recycle. Same, we are doing the same things. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. That's what we have been doing all the time. And only thing we have to do is understand that this is all Ashwara. This is all transient. This is Anitya, and this is not forever. We have
all temporary, nothing
all
is
temporary.
permanent.
All temporary. Like our Indra and Vishwakarma, we have
Yes.
we have MS Ramaya here. You know, there's a small legend about him. Somebody, I don't know. He has been told that as long as he keeps building, he will not die or something like that. So in his huge campus in Matikere,
Very funny, Purnima, seriously.
how though? It's always some construction is always happening in that campus, in the engineering and medical colleges. Always. Okay, whatever. So his progeny will keep continuing that, in the hope of being immortal, which is fine. It's good for the building, I guess. It's constantly being refurbished.
No, you compared him to Vishwakarma. That was the funny part.
See, entire life of any human being is an immortality project, isn't it? We do everything to stay immortal in some sense. You do a painting, immortal. I have to put my signature. I want to be immortal. I cook a dish. I want to be thanked. I want to be appreciated. It's all about massaging the ego all the time. Alva? I do something, it has to be on YouTube. I have to get so many likes, or on Facebook, so many likes. It's all about immortality.
Yes.
So, in a sense, I know that I'm immortal, not in the sense of body mind, but I am immortal Brahman. That is where that feeling comes from. That's the basic instinct, Baba. Immortality is the basic instinct. It is a muscle memory, actually. We are strengthening it in a wrong manner. That's all we are correcting. We are correcting it now. Ashte. I'm immortal as one with God. I'm God. I'm the essence of God. Whoever, if you are a Vishishtadvaiting, you will say I'm a part of God. If you are Advaiting, you will say I am God. Idanella tilkondu hogode. This is the project of life. This is it. There's nothing more.
Nice, very nice. Nice clarity.
So 24. Padmaja, are you still there?
I'm here, but it's already time. So do we have to continue? How is it?
It's 8:03, and there is just this and the next sloka. Next is 25. 28. We can wrap it up. Are you free? Are you free to do it or not?
Maduna.
Madu. Come, carry.
We'll do it.
Atmajyoti Shukla. We had a nice session last time about this.
Yeah. Atmajyoti Shukla Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha.
Yes.
It says, those who know the Supreme Brahman and who depart from this world during the 6 months of sun's northern course, the bright fortnight of the moon, attain the supreme destination. So here it says that the bright light, the moonlit fortnight of Shukla, or the bright ascending moon, and the ascent and the Uttarayana, the northern course of the sun, are all considered the time of light. To the God-conscious souls who detach from the worldly attachments and depart by the path of light, they are the ones who attain God. So they are liberated from the wheel of samsara, the cycle of life and death, and reach the divine abode of God. So at the end of it, it says all humans born on earth upon death have to pass along either of the two paths. One is the path of light and the other one is the path of darkness. So it is their karmas that decide which path they would take eventually.
Ashte. I think we had a nice discussion on this also in the previous classes. So
Yeah.
there to add. In Indiraji's blog was also very, very beautiful. I am sure most of us have read it. If you haven't, please do. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The ಶ್ರಾದ್ದ process ದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Madam, you had some explanation or
basically talks of the path of no return.
Yes. Right. No return. Straight away go to God. Okay. You want to add something to it or done?
Done.
Okay, fine. No problem. Okay, Jayashri.
धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णः षण्मासा दक्षिणायनम् ततः चन्द्रमसं ज्योति योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते.
Okay.
If a yogi leaves the body during the 6 months of the Dakshinayana of the sun, which is the path of haze, Krishna Kale night, and dark 2 weeks of the Krishna Paksha, dark 2 weeks of the moon, his soul passes through the light of the moon to physical rebirth. So when he passes through this, passes away during Dakshinayana, the smoke god will help him cross the path, and Krishna Paksha god will take care of his further journey, and the 6 months of Dakshinayana presiding god will carry him through till the heavens, and as long as his punya lasts, as long as punya karma lasts, he'll stay in the heaven, and then he will come back to Bhumi Loka, Prithvi. That is it.
Ashte. Nothing self-explanatory.
Yeah. To physical rebirth.
Physical rebirth ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. So the last shloka in this selected shloka in this chapter, it sums up everything that we have said all the time. So let's all chant one by one. I will call out the name so that we don't waste time waiting for each other. Vedeshu yajneshu tapaschu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtham atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. So this is the concluding shloka. Okay, Padmaja. Okay, I think people have, whoever is there ready, you can please chat.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Helamma.
Vedeshu yajeshu tapaha suchaiva. Hold on.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapaschu chaiva.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapaschu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanamupaiti chadyam.
Sneha.
Yes, 1 minute, sorry.
Excuse me.
Vedeshu yagneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punyakalam punyaphalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadhyam.
Jayashree Prasad.
Vedeshu yagneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Suma.
Yeah. Vedeshu yagneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Shaila.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत्पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
Beautiful. Sumati.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत्पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
Indira. Raja.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत्पुण्यफलं प्रतिष्ठम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
Very nice. Rahul.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत्पुण्यफलं प्रतिष्ठम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
Nirmala. 1, 2, or okay. Who else is there? Rama.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
Rama.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव ज्ञानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रतिष्ठम् अत्येति सर्वमिदं
Viditva.
तत्सर्वमिदं vidit. I cannot read. I am outside. I'm not able to
Yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Very nice.
yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Okay. Suma. Pragati.
I already.
Pragati has left, I think. It's okay. The yogis who know this secret gain merit far beyond the fruits of Vedic rituals, the study of the Vedas, the performance of sacrifices, austerities, and charities. Such yogis reach the supreme abode. This is the final word of Sri Krishna. What is the secret that why we should know? Which is what is the merit which is far beyond the fruits of Vedic? What do the fruits of Vedic rituals give us? Huh? Gotila. Sorry. Okay. What is the merit far beyond the fruit of Vedic ritual? What is the merit of Vedic rituals? Anyone, please? What is the merit of Vedic ritual?
Attaining Gnana?
No. Sorry. No.
Peace of mind, contentment.
Materialistic, I think any materialistic desires.
Correct. Vedic rituals is all about kamya karmas, Jayashree.
Getting money, becoming rich.
Yes. It's all about kamya karma. Putra kameshti yagna, rajasuya yagna, namlevelali ಒಂದು ಗಣ ಹೋಮ, ಒಂದು ವಾಸ್ತು ತಂತ್ರ ಹೋಮ. All these are for material benefits. These are all the Vedic
Kamya karma.
Kamya karma, and very, very valid because it's given in the Vedas. Not a problem. Please do it because we have to live a healthy and happy life. Fulfilled life, everyone's birthright to live a healthy, happy, fulfilled life. Now, no problem in this. but don't get lost in it. Don't get worried. Oh, Thursday I have to go to Sai Baba temple. Oh, Tuesday I have to go to Siddhi Vinayaka temple. Oh, Saturday I have to go to Shani temple. Don't get lost in that. Anta helta iradu. Vedic rituals, fine, do it. But it is limited, is what Krishna is saying. And the study of the Vedas in Bharate, what does the study of the Vedas give us? Next. Gnana. What Jayashree said in the beginning. Wisdom. But is it enough to stop? Even that is not enough, this one is saying. Krishna is saying even that is not enough. Why? Because one has
to realize oneself, we have to go a step further. Give up ego consciousness.
You have to walk the talk.
Walk the talk.
Yeah, when the Vedas becomes Avedaha, Vedaha bhavanti Avedaha anta lastly. The one who has realized even the Vedas are seen as, unimportant and nonsensical. Aa stage barbeku. So Vedic rituals are not, done with Vedic rituals. Study of Vedas are also done. Performance of sacrifices. Again, the yajnas, the big ones, the huge yajnas. Those are also, they have got a limited, outcome. Austerities, tapastu chaiva, tapassu. Brahma muhurtadalli eddu nanu tapas marde, iddu addu, all the so many austerities we do. We do Ekadasi Varta, we do this, we do that. All throughout the year we perform all the, festivals as per the Agama Shastras al heliro tara ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Charities, dana, but everything is limited. Okay, so the yogis who know the secret that Aham Brahmasmi, or I am one with God, or I am Amsha of God, or I am Dasa of God, the yogis who have got this secret, they gain the merit of all this and far beyond. It trumps everything. The jnana that I am Brahmasmi trumps everything is what God is telling here. Okay, simple. There is nothing much to explain. Nirmala, we have missed your tadka. You please finish with this shloka for today and we will call it a day.
What do you get? Ultimately, what do you get? That's a question you people have to answer.
Yep.
What is the end of this? All this? Shanti. Peace.
Yeah.
Total peace.
Yep.
There is no restlessness. There is no fear. There is no unhappiness.
Yes.
There is equilibrium. There is peace.
Yes. Kshana kshana. In every moment you have to feel that peace and its stillness. Alva?
And you should exude peace.
Exude peace. And people around you should also feel the peace. Otherwise, if your presence is agitating people around you, know that something is wrong with you.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Ayyo, that Nirmala has come. Now she is going to create a ruckus here.
No, she won't. Yeah.
No, that is the thing usually every person whom you meet is creating a tsunami in your life. Please note. In their own way, they are creating tsunamis.
Right.
Some quite obvious, some little obvious. Some people, oh my God, when you come in contact with them, suddenly the whole body will be so peaceful. There will be a joy, a fountain of joy in you. What is so special about jnanis? This is what they give you when you go to them. That is the reason why everybody, he is not giving you any money. He is not giving you any clothes. He is not giving you anything. What does he give? He gives peace. Right. And the calmness. With peace comes the calmness. You are not agitated. You are not barking at everybody, shouting at everybody. You're calm.
Right.
That feeling is amazing. Just amazing. When you see Prabhuji,
yes,
what does he exude? Peace, the joy, that
Joy,
happiness.
that innocent laughter.
Yes,
Isn't it?
that is the ultimate aim of all the reading, all the reading and all the things which you're doing. That's where we are all. I'll tell you a small story.
Yes.
Quickly. Under the tree, one man was peacefully sitting. One man came and asked, "Hey, what are you doing? You're whiling away your time." Okay, what should I do? Go take a fishing boat and catch many fishes, sell it in the market. Okay, then what? Catch more fish. Okay, then what? Then you'll become rich. Then what will you do? Then you relax in your life. Arey, that I'm doing myself. Now here itself. Why ever would I disturb myself?
Yeah.
Go away. I'm happy.
Correct. What it is. But to come to that stage, we have to catch fish. All your life, you have to do that. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
Right. And what I wanted to add before I forget was, you mentioned in the presence of jnanis, you feel that peace because they are far beyond the merits of Vedic rituals, everything. They have attained that stillness and that they exude that peace. Same thing with the jnanis, samadhi also. That is why when you go to Shirdi or when you go to Ramanashrama in Tiruvannamalai, in the presence of the samadhi of an enlightened master also, the same peace you will get. Because when the enlightened person passes away, his or her body is not cremated, should not be cremated. Why? Why are all of our bodies in most of our in our culture, most of us are cremated? Why? To break that bondage with the body as soon as possible. That is why the mind will figure out, eventually that, okay, I don't have this body anymore. I need to leave Anbuto. It's easier for the mind to detach and go away. The Sukshma Sharira will leave in a peaceful manner. So in many cultures, they bury the body. Apparently, it's very, very hard for the mind to detach from that body. That's why in crematory, in graveyards, you will be scared of ghosts, which is very valid. Because there'll be all these Sukshma Shariras wondering what happened to their body and why it's not moving. It's very difficult for them to detach. So this cremating is ecologically very kosher, and it's also psychologically the best thing to do. Anyway, for the enlightened beings, they are not cremated. They are given samadhi. Alva, Raghavendra Swami agli, Shirdi Baba agli, so many enlightened masters, they are given samadhi. Why? Even if they are cremated around there, they have constructed a samadhi. Because for them, they have lost the sense of body and mind. They have dropped the attachment with the body. So there's no question of, helping them go elsewhere. No, they are Jivan Muktas. They were Jivan Muktas. So when the body drops, there's nothing one needs to do. The elements of the body, they mingle with the Panchabhutas very naturally from where it came from. There's no question. Even the Sukshma Sharira is a Panchabhuta. It's made of Panchabhuta only. It's a subtle form. So for them, there is no need for all these rituals like chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama, Yenu Beda. On the contrary, their Sukshma Sharira is there to, their grace is always exuding through the Samadhi. That is why the Samadhis are such sacred places.
Grace and peace. I want to tell you a quick story. Chokkamela died in a mass on big building fell down and many people died. So people were eager to get Chokkamela's bones. How will you find out? Go and see. One Jnani said, go and take all the bones and hear. Even in the bone, you could hear Vitthala, 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 Panduranga, Vitthala, Vitthala.
Yes. Rom me Ram, like Prabhuji killed. Rom me Ram for Hanuman. Like that. This Chokkamela's bone was also chanting Vitthala, Vitthala. So that's the greatness of the enlightened masters. When they pass away, It is a blessing for, it is continue to be a blessing for mankind for years together. And those who have had the fortune of having a Sadguru in their life, for them, 7 generations are blessed, is what is being said. 7 generations before, your Pitrus are blessed, and 7 progeny are blessed. Why? Because one soul is on the paths. This is not to bless the entire clan. Okay, I think we have done enough justice to chapter Akshara Brahma Yoga. Thank you all. Let us pray for Loka Samasta. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you.